Good morning, all. So yesterday we have started sequences. So sequence creation is create sequence name. So that is a simple step. But with the parameters, if you want to create, you have to take this all the parameters. Start with the increment by minimum value, maximum value, cycle, catch. These are the options available. First, we have created two sequences. So today we have one more sequence will create and test it. So create sequence SEQ1 underscore 18. Start with 100. Increment by 1. Minimum value 100. Maximum value 200. Cycle. Catch 10. Okay. So here with this sequence how we are going to use in the table we'll see. So sequence is created with these parameters. And now we'll create one more table. So create table XX EMP1 underscore 18. Okay. Ename varchar2 of 20. Employee number 4. Salary number of 5. With this we are going to create one table here. Okay. Now how will you insert into this? So then we have to insert into our table name XX underscore EMP1 underscore 18. Values. So for the employee name, so we'll pass some ABC. Employee number. In the employee number column, I'm going to pass this sequence SEQ1 underscore 18 dot next value, comma, salary. Salary it will be say 30,000. So now we are going to insert into this table using this sequence here. For the employee name, we are giving name, and for the employee number, we are giving using the sequence. Okay. So one record is inserted. Like that, we can insert a few more records also. 30,000, 50,000. Okay. So this is the second record and this is the third record. So now you can check this. Select start from XX underscore EMP 1 underscore 18. So this, as per this, first record is ABC 100 and salary is 30,000. Second record 101, third record 102. So if you see, observe this sequence here, start with 100 we are given, increment by 1 and minimum value 100, maximum value 200. So up to 200 it will insert. After 200 again it will start with the 100. Okay. Suppose we will create one more sequence. So create sequence sample underscore 18. Increment by -1. See the differences here. Increment by -1. Start with 10. Minimum value 1. Maximum value 20. No cycle, no catch. That means so starting with the 10. Again -1. Increment by -1 means 10 minus 1, that is 9, like that it will come. Okay. So I'll create a table If the table is available, okay, SEQ 18. I'll truncate this table, truncate XX underscore EMP 1 underscore 18. Okay, table is truncated now. So now I'm going to insert the records with this new sequence here. Okay, insert into same table. So, but here the sequence I will use the sample underscore 18. So maybe see. So I'm going to insert some of them. C, E, F, G, H, I, J. One by one we'll insert. So we'll see the difference here. So this is the first record I'm going to insert here. First record is inserted. Second record, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th record. Okay, you got the error for the 10th record. Why this is? So sequence sample 18 goes to below minimum value and cannot be instantiated. Okay, this is the error we are getting. Once it is reaching the minimum value, we are getting this error. So that means actually how many we are given in the sequence creation time, we are giving the start with 10, maximum value 20. Okay, so minimum value 1 and maximum value 20, but we have to 20 we should receive, 20 records it should accept. But the issue is here increment by -1 is there. Okay, so minimum value 1 is there and maximum value 20 is there, but here start with 10 is there and increment by -1. So that means sequence is starting at 10 and after that what is happening? So see this, the table it is started with the 10. Sequence start with the 10. Increment by -1 means it is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 like that it is coming and reaching the minimum value. So minimum value we are having the 1 here. So that beyond that it won't go. So that it is giving the error. So whenever the increment by -1 is there, when it is reaching the minimum value, it will, after that it will throw the error. Otherwise, if you use the cycle option, instead of this, if you use the cycle option, it will repeat from the again starting. So here, main thing is, in the sequences, main thing is two pseudo columns, that is next value and curve value. So next value is then these two can be next value and curve value can be used at the select statement, insert and update statement at outermost queries. Okay. cannot be used in the delete command and cannot be used in the inner queries, cannot be used with the distinct operator, cannot be used at the group class. So that means this next value and curve value can be used at the select statement, insert and update statements only, and at the outermost queries only. So in the subqueries, you cannot use this sequences that next value and curve value, and also in the delete statement you cannot use. So altering the sequence, how can you alter the sequence? Sequence which is created can be altered with respect to the minimum value, maximum value, increment by value, etc. It does not support to change the start value. Okay. So sequence so which is created can be altered with respect to the minimum value, maximum value, increment by value, etc. It does not support to change the start value. So in the sequence, if you see this is the start increment by, and this is the start value. This value cannot be modified once you created. Only minimum value, maximum value, increment by these three only you can able to modify. And that too, while creating, if you given create or replace sequence. Okay. So only simple create sequence means you cannot modify this sequence once it is created. So whenever you want to modify the sequence, you have to give the create or replace. That keyword should be there. Then only you will be able to modify the sequence. To alter the sequence, you can use the alter sequence, sequence name, increment by n, minimum value n, maximum value n. Like this, you can change it. Suppose now we have already created the sequence 1_18. Okay, so this is the sequence we have created. Okay, we'll use the sample 18. So alter sequence, sequence name, increment by 2, minimum value 150, maximum value 300. So that whatever the values we have created for this, it will be modified. Okay, minimum value cannot be made to exceed the current value. Okay, there will be some rules. Minimum value cannot be made to exceed the current value. It should not be more than that. So that we have to, we'll take another example, that is sequence 18 only. So this is also giving error. So that once we created and inserted the values, we should be careful to which value you have to provide. Minimum value cannot be made to exceed the current value. Then you can say 50, maximum value 300. Then it is altered. So initially, which values we have created? Initially was created with this sequence 18, start with 100, increment by 1, minimum value 100, maximum value 200. So now we have modified this sequence with the increment by 2, minimum value 50, maximum value 300. Okay. So all the sequences, if you want to check where we have to check, there will be some base tables. For the sequences, we have to use this user underscore sequences. This table will contain all the sequences information. Select star from user underscore sequences. So in this sequence name we have to mention to check our sequences where sequence underscore name is equals to our sequences EQ1 underscore 18. This is the sequence name. Now this is the minimum value, maximum value 300, increment by 2, cycle flag as order, no, catch 10, last number it is used 104. Okay, using this you can check that sequence details. Okay, so how to drop the sequence? A sequence which is created can be dropped using the drop sequence command. Using the drop sequence name. So sequence 18 dropped here. You can check this again using this CD table. So now there is no data with this information. So if you want to use this, then you can use the query to check the sequences. Select sequence name, minimum value, maximum value, increment by last number from user underscore sequences. This information you can get it here. So all the sequences which are created, so that will be available in this. So you can have this another, we have created sample sequence also, no? So you can use that also, you can check this here. Where okay. Minimum value, maximum value, increment by -1, cycle, no, and order, no, catch, 0. The last number, 0 it is. Last number 0 means already we have used 10 to 1, 10, 9, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6 like that. So next number is that is 0 here. So what is the purpose of sequence? So to generate the sequence of numbers using the sequence name. So instead of manually generating the numbers, so you can use these sequences. Suppose in some of the tables you need to insert daily some data. So how many records you inserted daily you cannot count. Suppose today's 10 records came, tomorrow 20 records came, day after tomorrow some 50 records came. But you have to insert into the table with the serial number. Okay. For each record you should maintain the unique serial number like indexing number. So that you have to use this sequence number so that that sequence can be automatically incremented. No need to remember the last number. So today if you are inserted 10 records, tomorrow manually if you are inserting, what will happen? You have to manually mention that 11, 12, 13, 14 like that. So for each record mentioning that also it will take time to save the time and also to maintain properly. So you can use these sequences. Okay. So in the sequence main are next value and curve value. Okay. Any doubts on the sequence? Okay. So we'll move on to next topic, that is SQL rollup and cube options. Okay, cube functions. These are the two extra functions we are going to use. So rollup and cube, these are the two functions. Rollup function can be enables a select statement to calculate multiple levels of subtotals across a specified group of dimensions and grand total. Okay, rollup function is a simple extension to the group by class. So it is syntax is easy to use. Rollup function is highly efficient, adding minimal overhead to the query. Sorry. The rollup function is highly efficient to adding minimal overhead to the query. The action of the rollup function is straightforward. It creates the subtotals that roll up from the most detailed level to the grand total, following a grouping list specified in the rollup function. That means, suppose you are having the employee details or some records. You want every record with the total. So after every record, you want to display the some total information. So then you can use this rollup function. So when you use the rollup function, your task involves subtotals, particularly when the subtotals are along a hierarchical dimension such as time or geography. Use the rollup function. Rollup function can be also simplify the speed of the maintenance and materialized views. Suppose if you are having the employee table with the salaries, okay, select a department number, sum of salary from EMP, group by department number. Then how we are getting? So this is the totals you are getting, department number wise. Okay. So department number wise, you are getting this total. When you use the roll up, so roll up you are going to use in the group by class only. Okay. Roll up and cube both will be used in the along with the group by class. So you have to mention in the group by class only. So select a department number, sum of salary from EMP, group by roll up department number. Here in the above query, so only group by department number we have written. So here roll up department number. See the difference here. So here, so department wise, total sum it is coming, total salary, and at the last we are getting the total sum of the three this values. Suppose if you are using the select department number, comma job, comma sum of salaries as a sum salaries from EMP1, from EMP, group by department number, comma job, order by 1, comma 2. So what is the difference here? So here in this example, previous example, we are taking only department number, sum of salary only. So here coming to department number, comma job. Both columns we are considering. Then see this difference. Department number and job clerk wise, this is the sum of salary 1300. Department number 10, manager cadre 2450. And department number 10, resident it is 5000. Coming to department number 20 is the analyst 6000, clerk 1900, manager 2975. Like this, I am getting the values here. For the same query, I will use the roll up function. So here, you need to add the roll up. Okay. I will hold it. So now again, I am running this. So see the difference here. Okay. In the previous query, so 9 records it is displaying here. Okay. So with the rollup function, so how many records it is displaying here? 13 records it is displaying here. Out of the 13, so 9 already as per the same previous output only. 10 plus 1300, 10 manager 2450, 10 president 5000, and extra 10 it is came here. See here. Okay, only 3 here. Coming to here, roll up one more row it is added. Department number 10 and null. Total is 8750. That means all these 3 values added and total it is displaying here. Same way, department number 20 and job wise here. Again, department number 20 null and total sum here for the department number 20. And same way, department number 30 total here. So that means department number wise and job wise totals were displaying here along with individual department total sum here displaying and last grand total. Okay, when you use the normal group by function with this department number, then it is not displaying any grand total here. Grand total and department wise total also it is not displaying here. But when you use the roll-up function, you are getting the department number, job wise total sum of the salary, and also here total. Again for the total here. Again total and last grand total. So in some scenarios you want to display the total employees wise salaries and department wise salaries or like the job wise salaries, then it will be useful to get this function. So along with this roll-up function, we have the grouping ID functionality. One more extra facility, that is grouping ID functionality. Both column values are not null. Okay. So here if you observe, wherever it is there, department number and here job, it is showing null here. Okay. So here also department number null it is showing. And here last column total grand total it is both are null displaying here. So with the grouping ID functionality, you can modify this, not modify, you can identify whether it is a 0 or 1. So both the column values are not null, then grouping ID will print 0. One column value is not null and one column value is null, then it will print 1. One column value is null and the second column value not null, then it will print 2. Both column values are null, then it will print 3. So how it will print in this, we'll verify here. So suppose if you are using this same function, roll-up function with the grouping ID. Select department number, comma job, comma sum of salary. That is a sum salary. Grouping ID, department number, comma job. That is a subtotal we are mentioning here. So in the above query, we are not mentioning any grouping ID, but here in this, we are mentioning the grouping ID, department number, comma job as a subtotal. From EMP, group by roll-up, department number, comma job, order by 1, comma 2. So order by 1, comma 2 means that is here department number, comma job. On this, it will be ordered in the ascending order. Here we are not mentioning a descending or ascending. So then automatically it will take as a ascending only. So when you want to descending order, you have to specify in the DESA. Otherwise, without mentioning any ascending or descending, by default it will be ascending order only. See that here, both the values are there, then it is printing 0. So here one value is there, one value null, then it is printing 1. Here also same, one value is there, second value null. It is printing 1. And coming here, both the values are null. It is printing 3. So where is 2 here? So when it will be printed 2? When the first column is null and second column is value, then it will print the 2 here. But here in this option, so we are having the first column only value, second column null here, so that it is printing only 1 here. If we see this, first column value is there, second column null is there, so that it is printing 1. Here also first column value is there, second column null, so 1 it is printing. Both the columns are null, so that it is printing 3. But when I will get 2 means first column is null and second column will be some value, then it will print the my 2. We'll see that example also. So using the case function, you can write like this also, same query. Select a department number, comma, job, comma, sum of salary as the sum salary. Case grouping ID. Okay. So here for the case function, we are using the grouping ID, department number, comma, job. So Swati is again, please explain roll up one more time. And Mahesh is asking order by 1, 2 means that is the department number is 1 and job is equals to 2. So order by 1, 2 means so whatever the column order we are using here in the select statement. Okay, that is the we are using in the order by 1, 2. So otherwise you can use the order by department number, comma, job also. Like this also you can use. Okay. So to simplify my typing, so I am using department number, that is the first column here, and this is the job is the second column here, so that I'm using the 1, 2. Okay. Either way you can use that. So whatever the column
It's
I'm checking in the select
It's
statement.
take only select statement from select statement, right?
Yes, based on the select statement columns here. Suppose if you are
Okay.
taking the select star from table name, then that will be in
Take
the
a group by.
no. So in the order, what you were asking? Group by?
Whenever you will take the select statement start from,
Hmm.
that's why group by department number and job will be considered.
No. Group by is different. Group by when we will use so whenever we are using the aggregate functions here. Okay. So that whenever
Okay.
you are using the aggregate function, before that any columns are there, that columns you have to use in the group by clause here, compulsory. When you take